Before starting any disassembling work, stop the engine, shut off the starting air distributor, block the main starting valve, engage the turning gear, open the indicator cocks and switch off the electrical power supply to the pump station. Note, it is not necessary to stop the engine and pump station if the lubricator unit is fitted with 2 lubricators for each cylinder. See Instruction Book, Volume 2, Procedure 903. In the event that a lubricator malfunction activates the engine slowdown function, the lubricator can be replaced without stopping the engine, provided that lubrication is re-established within a maximum of 15 minutes. Close the supply valve and then open the equalizing valve by turning both handles to a horizontal position. Loosen and remove the screws from the cover with lubricating pipes. Remove the screws that secure the lubricator to the hydraulic block. Disconnect the electrical plug and remove the lubricator. Secure the lubricator in a bench vise with soft jaws. Unscrew the oil accumulator and the adjusting screw and remove the bushing. Discard the O-ring from the adjusting screw. Remove the screws that secure the cylinder block to the housing and remove the cylinder block. Discard the O-ring from the cylinder block. Remove the spring and the actuator piston and remove the plungers. Loosen and remove the connector on the solenoid valve and remove the terminal box. Carefully unscrew the feedback sensor. If the feedback sensor is to be replaced, disassemble the connector and disconnect the feedback sensor. Mount the new feedback sensor after fitting it with a new O-ring. Connect the wires as shown in the instruction book and then reassemble the connector. Place the cylinder block in a bench vise with soft jaws and remove the non-return valve cover. Remove the springs and the steel balls. Remove and discard the O-rings. Carefully clean all the parts and dry them with clean, non-fluffy rags. Inspect all seats and ceiling surfaces with a magnifying glass. Use a lamp to inspect the internal surfaces. Using new O-rings, reassemble the cylinder block. Insert the screws so that they just engage in their threads. Check with the tip of a small screwdriver that the springs of the non-return valves are correctly centered. Fully tighten the screws. Mount the plungers in the actuator piston and lubricate the plungers and cylinder block with cylinder oil. Insert and align the plungers in the cylinder block. Remove the actuator piston assembly, mount the spring and reinsert the assembly. Check that the plungers can move freely. Press the actuator piston downwards and insert the screw to keep the parts together. Place the lubricator housing in a soft-jawed vise and mount the feedback sensor provided with a new O-ring. Check that the end of the sensor does not protrude into the cylinder for the actuator piston. Use fingers and something with a firm, straight edge, for example a caliper, to carry out this check. Mount the terminal box and the solenoid valve connector. Lubricate the housing and mount the cylinder block assembly. Remove the screw from the cylinder block assembly. Mount a new O-ring on the adjusting screw and mount the bushing and adjusting screw. Check the condition of the gasket before mounting the accumulator. Finally, mount the oil accumulator. If the lubricator is not to be installed immediately, use plastic plugs to protect each opening and coat all surfaces with a thin layer of oil. Mount new O-rings on the hydraulic block and on the cover with lubricating pipes. Carefully mount the lubricator and secure it to the hydraulic block with the 4 screws. Connect the electrical plug and mount the screws which secure the cover with lubricating pipes to the lubricator. Finally, close the equalizing valve and then open the supply valve by returning both handles to the vertical position.